Praise be to you, Yahuah my Elohim. Praise be to your Son, Yahushua my Messiah. I come at your feet in the name of your Son. Thank you for the knowledge you pour unto me, and thank you for breaking all the shackle that was bound on my face. Yahuah, you are the only true living God. Thank you for your Yahushua, whom you truly love. You are Elohim, the Elohim of the Yahudim.
Shalom, family. You're tuned in to The Remnant Awakens. I'm your brother Pierre Ligi. And like always, representing the tribe of Yehudah, straight from the lineage of Shem, son of Noach, West Africa to America, through all that diaspora journey. Here to pull the curtain back on who we are and where we stand in these last days. So, if you've been following, if you're new, welcome to the Remnant family. But if you've caught the last couple episodes, you know how deep this truth runs. We're not just scratching the surface, we're tracing the family lines, the roots, the promises. So today, we're about to dig into something that, honestly, still gets people hot, the true identity of the Hebrews. Why does it matter? Why does everybody want to erase or steal or mislabel us? Well, stick around, because, family, this is the one that really gets to the bone. Okay, so I want to start with the natural branches. Let's go to Romans chapter 11, verse 21. For if Elohim spared not the natural branches, take heed, lest he also spare not thee. Now, let me break that down, cause I know some folks like to get lost in the King James English. What Paul is saying here? He's talking about Yashar'el, right? The original people, that the covenants, the promises, all that Torah was first delivered to. Now, we talked about this a little bit before. Actually, remember the episode when we said the scriptures were written to the Hebrews, not just to some abstract church? It's wild how, from Genesis clear to Revelation, the story centers on these people. The ones that walked out of Mitzrayim, the ones that got the Torah at Mount Sinai, the Mashiach, Yahushua himself, came out from these natural branches. That word natural is deep, not superior or excluding, just rooted. The branch that's in the tree from the seed. But, sometimes folks get this funny idea that the Almighty can just, throw away the natural tree and grow a whole different plant. That's not how it works, family. Shaul is straight up warning both the Hebrews and the nations. Hey, don't get arrogant. Don't assume you can't be cut off just cause you're natural or cause you're spiritual now. The tree has roots. So if you're part of Yashar'el by blood, by history, that's not a guarantee you're good if you walk in rebellion. The history, the covenant, it's a privilege and a responsibility. Now, I always got to pause here because, I'm speaking as someone whose ancestors were scattered. For a long time, people tried to say we're not the branches, like literally tried to erase our identity and even going to great length to spiritualize our existence. Even though the scriptures keep pointing right back to the children of Yashar'el being real and physical. Just saying, the natural branches are a real people with a real history. That's why this awakening is so wild and so necessary right now. All right, let's flip it. Who are the wild branches? Romaim chapter 11, verse 17 tells us, And if some of the branches be broken off, and you, being a wild olive tree, were grafted in among them, that you he's talking to is those outside of Yashar'el by blood, right? The Gentiles, by definition, the nations. I hope you hear me. This ain't about division or pride. It's just straight doctrine. Shaul is saying, look, some branches fell. Disobedience, idolatry, just straight up walking away from covenant. But instead of uprooting the whole tree, Yahuah leaves a remnant and then brings in wild branches. Wild here just means like from another plant, separate, not domesticated, kinda rough, you know? But he still says, I can grab you and connect you to this ancient tree. That's wild to me, no pun intended. And listen, we touched on this a few episodes back too. The nations are grafted in, not replacing, but becoming part of Yashar'el by faith in Yahusha. So there's a warning here too. Don't start thinking you became the whole tree just because you got grafted in. That brings a humility, right? The covenant, the Torah, the Mashiach, they're all Hebrew. To be a wild branch is a mercy, not a title to boast in. Family, you ever see a tree that got a new branch? How the fruit is, like, a little different. It's still connected. It's drawing from the same roots, the same sap, but the original DNA is still there. That's how the kingdom is set up. Different histories, different starting points, one root. And Yahusha, he's the root, right? The wild and the natural, both feeding from him. Not two trees, not two promises, but one. So, building on that, two roles, one kingdom. Family, this ain't a competition. It's like a body, you know? Like Shaul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 12. Many parts, many gifts, but one whole. That means natural born sons. Those by blood, those first in the family line. And adopted sons, the grafted in ones. But adoption, hear me now, doesn't cancel the birthright of those who came first. Like, let's be real. You adopt a child into your house. You don't pretend your biological kids don't exist, right? No, you bring them all together. Let them inherit as one. That's the beauty of the kingdom. There are roles, there's order, but there's no favoritism. You still honor the history, the birthright, the promises to Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, right back to the beginning, while making room for whoever clings to that covenant by faith in Yahusha. And, honestly, if you caught that one episode on the Bible was written to the Hebrews, you'll remember we said the story is always Hebrew. Always. But the Father's love, it's big enough to bring in the nations. Two roles, one table. If only more people could see it that way, man. The confusion and the pride, it would fall away. Now here's where things get sticky. The error of replacement, yeah, you probably heard it called replacement theology or whatever. Basically, Christianity, as it's been taught, mostly in the West, is that the church replaced Yashar'el or Israel in modern sayings. Like, suddenly all the covenants and promises go to this new group that's not even connected to the original tree. Y'all, that is not what Scripture says. If you've listened for a minute or caught that one episode, you know this is the kind of deception the Bible calls the mystery of iniquity. Actually, it's that teaching that opens the door to things like anti-Semitism, but also spiritual lawlessness. Folks just tossing out Torah, Sabbath, the name, and acting like none of it matters because Christ did away with it, or Jesus abolished it. Wasn't that what Shaul warned about? Don't boast against the root. Don't get it twisted. The church didn't replace Yashar'el. it was grafted in. But seriously, we already know that the church system is far away from the covenant, so we can't even say that the church is grafted in. But you see how that changes everything? Instead of arrogance, it should bring humility. People gotta come out of those doctrines that preach separation and erasure. If you're out here tossing stones at the natural branches, you're missing the whole point, because that's your own root. One tree, different branches, no erasure, restoration. That's the kingdom. All right, family, bringing it all home. We're one tree, but don't ever forget, we're not all the same branch. And that's not a threat, that's a promise. Natural, wild, adopted, original. Whatever it is, we all feed from the same root, from Yahuah, from covenant. If you're coming to this faith, don't erase the story of those who came before. If you are from the lineage, don't boast or despise those who got grafted in. We need each other. And as this awakening gets louder, don't be shocked when more folks start realizing who they really are. Truth's hard, but truth will set you free, right? That's all for today, family. I'm Pierre Ligi, your brother from the tribe of Yahudah, and this is The Remnant Awakens. If this message stirred something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video so it reaches more people. Subscribe and hit that bell notification if you're awakening to truth, and comment below with what stood out to you the most. And if you know someone still sleeping, share this episode with them. Until next time, Shalom. See you all on the next episode.
Praise be to you, Yahuah my Elohim. Praise be to your Son, Yahushua my Messiah. I come at your feet in the name of your Son. Thank you for the knowledge you pour onto me, and thank you for breaking all the shackle that was bound on my face. Yahuah, you are the only true living God. Indeed. Thank you for your Yahushua, whom you truly love. You are Elohim the Elohim.